Welcome to the Cards and Cartridges podcast. I'm your host, OG Retro, aka Ryan. I'm here with Chris, aka Koozie Retro Games. Today, we're talking about narrowing down what you collect versus just collecting kind of everything and kind of that collecting approach. We're going to talk about how our man, Reggie Fils-Aimé, has left the GameStop board of directors after just 1 year of being with them. And my man Koozie is going to talk about unusual video game accessories and non-sports trading card games. And he brought up an example, a Jay-Z trading card. So that's
just sold for like what did it sell for? Where's my notes? I think $105,000.
Let's get into that first, since this just sounds absolutely insane.
All right. Yeah, so real quick, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's been a pretty crazy day. I picked up a grail this morning, and I'm actually going to talk about that later in a different segment.
Awesome.
One of the segments we're talking about. But picked up a grail for the collection this morning. I've seen my PSA orders move further along, so that's
nice.
Huge. That's insane. We're waiting very impatiently but patient. So that's really good. I had a huge other pickup that I can't really talk about on the pod yet, but y'all probably know that soon, I guess, which is pretty crazy. Koozie knows that. But otherwise, yeah, it's been and shout out my other best friend. Sorry, Koozie, but my other best friend Justin. This guy, fucking warrior, just got out of brain surgery.
Jesus.
Yeah, last night, and he's doing really great. He's like literally already texting me and shit, and like he's good to go. So really stoked. It's been a good day. A lot of good news.
That's awesome. Shout out to you, Justin.
Yeah, he's the man. So,
dude, good day here. Busy day. I've got an ice cold Budweiser in my hand, and I'm ready to talk cards and cartridges.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get into this first one. So it's kind of a weird thing to talk about. When you think of cards, you think of sports cards and Pokemon cards mainly. Like, you really don't think about Magic the Gathering cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, Pokemon comes to mind first. But there's a whole nother segment of cards called, like, I don't know if there's a specific name, but it's more just non-sport or TCG cards. For example, we know the card market is insane right now, and the most expensive non-sport or TCG card just sold recently, which was a Jay-Z card. Now, I don't know if this was a Jay-Z autograph card or whatever. It was a card with Jay-Z on it, autographed by him. It was graded a Beckett 9 for the card and an 8 for the auto, and it just sold for $105,000. $105,780.
Yo, the king of New York, commanding a premium.
Dude, Jay-Z's influential, but
exactly, bro.
He's not like he's one of the names out there, but I wouldn't say he's the biggest name. And I wonder what this is going to do for other non-sports cards.
Koozie, here's the thing. You're from Michigan, okay?
Yeah.
I wasn't born in New York, but I was right on the edge of New York. I felt like when that song came out,
Empire State of Mind.
Thank you. Koozie,
I know that one.
Yeah, when that came out, and it's just different, bro.
So you have Jay-Z, I have Eminem.
True.
That's my Jay-Z right there.
That's very true.
They haven't made a movie about Jay-Z though, or have they?
There's a couple. I mean, there's some very good documentaries, and I'm sure.
But it's no 8 Mile.
That's true. I don't know. I feel like Jay-Z's been in a couple movies too, but
yeah. So I saw that in the news. And I'm like, wow, I just really is going to open up the market to other cards. So one thing I wanted to talk about was I don't really know of any sets that have non-sports or TCG cards. I mean, you see like the sets on the shelves at Walmart. You see like NASCAR cards or wrestling cards, but those are still sports, and those are still sports cards.
Right.
So we kind of cut out there. If you heard that, I apologize, having some technical difficulties. But so there's a specific set for baseball cards called Allen and Ginter, and it's a baseball card set, but they are known for their weird inserts. And by weird inserts, I mean they do everything from the sun to the devil, basically. Like, they have comedian cards, TV show host cards, actors, They have a card for the barber for like the St. Louis Cardinals. They
Huh.
have art, they have authors. They have also those just like sports where it's like they have a wheelchair motocross athlete card. They have
Hell
presses, so
yeah.
every gemstone has a card. Cryptocurrency has a card.
Of
Rant like
course.
the Eiffel Tower has a card, and there's even cards where it's like large rock, and it's literally a picture of a large rock.
But it's also baseball cards, and is it licensed?
So it's a licensed product, and it's in like a baseball card set. So you're still looking for your baseball rookies and your baseball cards, but those are just
Insane.
insert cards in the set.
Absurd. I love it.
And people honestly hate it.
Oh, that's stupid. I love it. I love
they
it.
I think I like it too. They don't,
Well, why do people not like that?
because they're buying it for like the baseball cards. They want a Eloy Jimenez rookie card, and then they get a picture of a large rock on a baseball card,
Fuck
and they're like,
this.
"What is
That
this?"
sounds fun. That sounds fun. I think that I don't know. Baseball card collecting sounds dry to begin with. To be fair,
Yeah,
let's be honest here. So inserting some cool, just like wild cards, essentially. I think
and
that's
it's like
dope.
you get like an autograph of like the local 4 news channel in Seattle, and you're like, "Who the hell is this person?"
Yo, that's awesome. I love that. No, no, no.
And then it has like a little bio on the back.
In fact, I want to open that. Are those like hard to get? Can
I'm pretty sure they're cheap. Like if you look them up on YouTube, like they're so like less desired that I'm pretty sure the
Fuck
packs
it.
are cheap.
I love it. And are there any cards that you can get in there that are worth money, or is like
Yeah. So I mean, if you hit like an autograph of like a Jay-Z,
right.
or if you hit
Oh
like
my
a big
gosh.
actor like Will Ferrell or something like that.
Oh my gosh. I want to write this on the board, or you got to remind me.
Dude, yeah, look up like I was looking up before the podcast, like look up the Allen and Ginter checklist. And like the
Wow.
checklist shows you all the cards that are in the set. And there's so many cards.
Allen and Ginder. Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do this after, but this is insane. This is
It's
so
insane.
cool to hear about.
And honestly, the
sounds
one
so
card out of
fun.
there, the one card
Yeah.
out of there this year that everybody's going crazy for is the
Yeah.
crypto card. It's
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
a
of
picture
course.
of a gold coin, and people are
Right,
getting
right.
it graded, and like
Right.
everybody wants that one.
Do people send this to BGS or PSA?
Both. I think both accept it.
Both accept it.
And then there's also like mini cards, so you can get a picture of the large rock, but it's a little like, you ever see those cards where it's like the old like cigarette pack cards where it's like they're really small and skinny?
Yeah, I
They're
think so.
they're kind of trying to bring those back. It's just a weird,
I'm excited.
weird
I have to
set.
open a box of those.
And there's so many different, even with the baseball cards themselves, there's so many different variations to the cards, which are so slight. Like
Right.
there's like missing nameplate variations where the player's name isn't on the card, or there's like a fortune teller where there's a picture of a fortune teller on the back of the card or something like that. It's just a weird set.
I'm so about it. I'm opening a box of those because that
Dude,
sounds
get a blast. I bet you a blaster box is like $30 or something.
that's unreal. Oh my god. We're doing it. We're doing it. Alan,
Little box battle with Allen and Ginter.
yeah, we should both do it. You should grab one too.
So you're all about it?
Oh, 100%. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, people call the non-sports cards like the weirdo cards, and people just despise them.
Bro, I'm a weirdo. I appreciate the bizarre and unique. So sign me up. We're both getting one of those. We're gonna have a box battle with the Alec and Ginder battle blaster boxes because that's
I'm down, and we'll just go for like the weirdest weirdo card wins.
We'll make some cool. We'll make some cool rules about it. Okay, that's sick. Jay-Z. It was a Jay-Z auto.
It was the Jay-Z auto was what brought this topic up for me. $105,708,000 or something like that.
And was that in a heritage auction or like an eBay auction?
I'm not sure, but like I said, the card was graded by Beckett. Card was a 9, auto was an 8. Which, how do they grade autos? Is it like if like the crispiness of the auto? Do you know?
It's so interesting because someone brought this up to me literally yesterday, the day before, because they had 2 different Mitsuhiro Arita autographs. You know Arita, right? Of course.
Yep.
And so one on a base set unlimited Charizard and one on like a tag team Charizard that he also did the art for. And he got them autographed at the same exact time at the same event and then sent them into PSA at the same exact time. And both autographs actually scored different. And so I didn't know the answer, but I speculated I would think they grade how well you can make out like the name and like
Yeah.
how aesthetically pleasing it is. Because when I compared the two cards that he sent me, personally, one of them was better. Like one of them looked nicer. The autograph was nicely spaced.
Like if you have a
And
smudge on the autograph, like if the Sharpie
that would
smudges
be,
or
yeah,
something
that
like
would
that.
obviously take points off. But like the way the autograph looked, it looked cleaner. So like one scored a 10,
Yeah.
honestly on the base set unlimited Zard, so that's better. And then the other scored an 8, I believe.
I guess on this topic real quick, have you seen like think Beckett really does it more than PSA, but I've seen some PSA like how do you like this like the random authentications? Like if you have like Bill Clinton, like a check that he signed and you get that graded or authenticated. I think those
I've
are
never seen
dope.
that, but that's kind of sick.
Yeah, so if you have just like, and there's even like a high end baseball set that does that. So they'll take like, I forget what the specific name is, but if you have like a Willie Mays card or something like that, he's obviously passed away now, and Willie Mays is still alive. Willie Mays just turned 90. If you have a Babe Ruth, Babe Ruth passed away, he's no longer with us.
R.I.P.
If you get one of Babe Ruth's cards, they will take like his autograph from like a check or something like that he wrote back in the day, cut it out, and make it part of the card.
Yeah, that's wild.
So sweet.
No, I like that. That's really cool. I like all the weird stuff for baseball and stuff like that. It's kind of sick. Shout out
Cool.
Babe Ruth.
Shout out Babe Ruth. Never saw Babe Ruth play, but shout out Babe Ruth.
Bro, fun fact about Babe Ruth, the restaurant that I worked in for many years as a young teen in middle school, shout out Allendale Bar and Grill. That was a popular spot for Babe Ruth to go.
Anybody famous ever come into your restaurant while you were there?
Oh man, I'm sure. Oh, definitely. There's many Giants players.
Okay.
I've met many. Dude, my memory's so terrible, but I can get you a list of famous people that I've met through the restaurant industry. I've definitely met Odell.
Okay.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot himself in my restaurant, but he did do
I remember that
in another nightclub or something. So shout out.
Eminem came into my Burger King once.
Eminem came into your Burger King.
Yeah, Eminem came into the Burger King once, and then
did you say what did you?
I wasn't there. Unfortunately.
No.
But so he walks up to the front counter and orders his breakfast, and the girl there taking care of him goes, "Yeah, okay, give me 1 second." Wow. Walks in the back to my manager and goes, "Eminem's here. Should we give him his food for free?" My manager goes, "Hell no, he's got more money than all of us combined." So Eminem came, and then his ex-wife lives a couple miles down the road from me, and she would always come in.
Wow.
His
Sidney Crosby and his girlfriend when I worked at the Marriott in Vermont, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
He was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, kind of a douche.
People say Sidney Crosby's a dick. Like he's one of the he's he's a hated hockey player.
His girlfriend was way nicer.
We're way off topic, but yeah, Sidney Crosby's a dick.
Yeah. He's never gonna hear this. Sidney Crosby's a douche.
What do you got for us on?
Watch this somehow blows up. So it gets back. It's all good if it happens. Sorry.
Oh, Sidney Crosby is known to be one of the most hated players in hockey.
I think that's true. Yeah. So it is what it is.
And I think as a Red Wings fan, like I have to hate him too.
Yeah. No, I think that's accurate. Okay. But let's get back on topic. I'll offer up something spicy. Our man Reggie Fils-Aimé. I believe that's how you say his name. It's French, but used to be the old presidente at Nintendo, and when he left, he joined the board over at GameStop. Shout out GME.
Is that why GMA stock shot up $63 today?
No. That's for a different reason. If you want to know, their price target went to 175, which was out of just completely unheard of. People were very surprised. So that's why the stock shot up today. But anyways, beside that, our man Reggie Fils-Aimé decided to leave the board of he joined the board of GameStop last year, the board of directors, and to try and help get the company back on track because he's a marketing genius. He was the president of Nintendo, of course.
Oh, thanks for talking about me like that.
Wait, I'm confused.
I'm a marketing genius.
Well, come on, bud. Reggie versus you, dude. Reggie versus you. I'm gonna take Reggie. I know you're a marketing genius, but I'm gonna take Reggie. He's also has a way cooler name. Although you got a really cool name, but Reggie is Reggie Fils-Aimé. FilsAimé. Like, come on. But
Yeah.
anyways, he left GameStop today. He left the board of directors, and you know what? He was quoted in saying it's not for any reasons of here, let me see here. It's not. Wait, hold up. Why don't I see the quote that I saw?
Control F is a strong feature on your keyboard,
You're
young
right.
one.
You're right. You're right. You're right. But anyways, I think I'm looking at a different article right now than I had before. But it is basically he did not. It wasn't for any like bad blood type of reason.
That's good.
Long story short, maybe he made a bunch of money on GameStop stock and he was like, I'm out.
How old is he? Is he ready for retirement?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
100%. He could totally retire. I don't know what I think it was like a pet project or something.
maybe.
And maybe he just realized that it was kind of going a different way than he thought it would.
I mean, when you're at that point in your life and you've done like Nintendo, you can just be like, yeah, let's go join GameStop and see what happens. Who
Yeah,
knows? He may
and that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
after this, he might be like, let's go join Pepsi and make a Super Bowl commercial. Then I'll move on to something else. Like he can
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah, exactly. His resume and his credentials, he could do anything he wants. And he's just such a nice guy, at least from the videos.
I
Nicer
wonder.
than Sidney Crosby, at least.
It's gonna be a running joke on the podcast now that Sidney Crosby's a dick.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I mean, do you know if GameStop has like lost anybody else or gained anybody else
Yeah.
recently?
So they lost like most of their board of directors with Reggie also stepped down. So I
Wow.
didn't say that, but it is interesting. They did announce recently that they're going to be going a different direction in the future, I think, really transitioning to obviously digital platform and kind of like reevaluating honestly their whole business model.
Yeah.
So maybe the directors just weren't on board with that and want to, but Ryan Cohen, founder of Chewy, or co-founder of Chewy, I believe, who is now part of GameStop, he's got big plans. So we'll see.
What are your thoughts on GameStop? Do you think they're going to be around in 5 to 7 years?
I do, man. I love GameStop, man.
You do.
Love GameStop, and I think they will. I think they will be around in a couple years because I think they are going to make a transition to something a little bit different than what they are now.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, do you have any ideas in mind of what they can do? Like, do they have to start curing retro games in store and become more of like a that avenue type
No,
deal?
no, no, no. I think they've already started closing tons of stores. Or they need to eliminate more stores. They got to get rid of the overhead that basically they're just like that's not the brick and mortar aspect isn't helping them. I think they're
Yeah.
going to transition a lot more to online sales and also like more digital offerings and stuff. And I don't know exactly what that means, but like um I don't know, like maybe having like a game store like an Epic game store like a Steam or something like that. Maybe we'll see
Yeah.
maybe we'll see something like that, but and or like a different way to like rent games, but like I think they have plans to transition into more of a modern business platform, like a subscription service or like a something like that. And
I think if they become the go-to place for people to pre-order games, that could really help them. But
yeah,
I know from a monetary standpoint, I don't believe stores make the most amount of money on like new video game sales just
no,
because
no, no, no,
the original price that they have to pay is still so high.
yeah, yeah, no, it's interesting. And I guess they used to make a ton of money on trade-ins. I don't know how they do like right now. I mean, they missed earnings, so I don't know. But I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. Reggie leaving, the man, the myth, the legend. It will be interesting to see what he does next.
Definitely. I guess my next topic that I want to talk about is unusual video game accessories.
I love it.
I specifically am looking at more retro because
Yeah.
if you start digging into some of the video game accessories that were created back in the day, some of them really make you scratch your head and go, what is this or why? It's just weird stuff. So the one that really sticks out to me is the US Army MACS rifle training program for the Super Nintendo. MACS stands for Multi-Purpose Arcade Combat Simulator, otherwise known as the light gun of all light guns. This light gun is basically a one-to-one replica of an M16, same weight and dimensions, and it was used by the U.S. Army to basically do target practice and rifle training. So you start this game on your Super Nintendo on a CRT TV, and it just basically goes through target practice. It's like a army version of Duck Hunt. Like, it shows little targets on the screen. And it tells you how to position yourself to, whether you're laying down, crouched, you have your gun propped up on something, how far away you need to be from the TV, how far the targets are going to be. And as you're aiming and you're shooting at this target, each time you shoot at a target, it shows you where your crosshairs were lined up and where your crosshairs should have been lined up.
That's insane.
Absolutely insane.
So that must have come out in like what, like 91, 92?
I'm not sure when it came out, but it's such a weird thing, and I want one. So there's obviously very little out there. They were supposed to be destroyed by the military after they were done, but some have gotten out there. I couldn't find any sold prices recently for the rifle, but just the game recently is sold between $1,500 and $2,000.
Wow,
and it looks just like it's a Super Nintendo cartridge, but there's no like graphics on the label. It's just a white, like, looks like a white label, and it says like Max Rifle Training in text.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really cool.
Insane. It's so cool. Like, if you get a chance to look up a video on how like they actually train with it,
out. Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. I mean, when you bring up weird accessories, the first couple things that come to mind, the Game Boy Color had a sewing machine.
Dude, yes, I want that also.
Shout out my man JBam official on Instagram. Jay in real life, his collection's insane, and he has one of the Snyder sewing machines, and it connects to your Game Boy, dude. Connects to your Game Boy, so that's pretty crazy. Then I saw, there's a fishing pole for the Sega Genesis. There's I mean, the Dreamcast had plenty of weird accessories, keyboards. Dude, just so many.
So and then I guess you can count some controllers as accessories. Do you know about the Steel Battalion controller for the original Xbox?
I don't know. What was that about?
So there's a game on Xbox called the Steel Battalion, and it's, so you can see me on Zoom. So it's the biggest controller you've ever seen. It's literally like a flight simulator for the original Xbox. So it has like pedals you would use for like a racing game to like control the plane. It has two joysticks on either side that you have to control. It looks like a plane like panel in front of you. Like, there's all these different like buttons and lights and knobs and all this stuff. It's a huge flight stick simulator for the original Xbox.
Oh my gosh,
it's insane. It's huge.
That reminds me of something I used to want so badly when I was a kid. They came out with this, like, not only like dude, it was like it was an accessory for the PC. And it was supposed to be for like shooting games and mostly, and it was so you could feel feedback in like the most realistic way possible.
It's the next one I got on my list. Was it
Novant Falcon?
Okay, but there was something on the it was on the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and Sega CD called the Arua Iterator.
Okay,
It
that's
was
different.
basically a vest that you put on, and as you played like a shooting game or like a Mortal Kombat style game with like punching and kicking,
You could
every time
supposed to
you got
feel it.
hit, every time you got
That's
hit, this
fire.
vest would go crazy.
It's fire. This one was like it was like it's a controller and you had it here and it was connected like with three kind of axes and kind of like a gimbal. And so if you
Huh.
shot, it would make like a recoil motion that was super realistic, or apparently.
That's awesome.
And so it was supposed to introduce like another level of realism in like PC FPS games. But it never took off because it was huge and clunky, like took so much space up on the desk and like only worked like it worked apparently pretty good, but pretty well, but it just never took off.
Is there one accessory that kind of sticks out in your mind as kind of being such a like the top accessory? Maybe not the coolest accessory, but one that got like the most use out of it. And like this is like kind of the king of accessories.
For like
Just
me
anything and
personally,
just in general. Like so the one that came to my mind is like the one I think got used the most, Wii Fit board. I think the Wii Fit board
oh yeah.
was the most popular video game accessory there's ever been.
Yeah, or like a Guitar Hero. Like
Good,
a
yeah, you can count. Guitar Hero's accessories. I didn't even
Guitar
think of
Hero.
that.
Or and if you want to go retro, Game Boy camera.
I was gonna say Game Boy Light.
That too. 100%.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
Yeah.
I never used the Game Boy camera as a kid. I think I had one from like a hand-me-down from a cousin, but we never had any paper for it or anything like that.
Yeah. I used it a couple times, but I never printed anything. Like I had one, but I just like fucked around with it.
If you took pictures on it, would it save it to the camera or no?
Yeah. Yeah, it saves it to the cartridge. So it has like 26 slots. So I think 26 or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've got one now, but I've never found paper for it.
You can buy paper off Amazon.
They sell Game Boy camera paper on Amazon.
Yeah, it's not like legit from the factory.
Yeah.
But it definitely works. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So those are just a couple. Like even that Aurora integrator vest is so cheap now. It's like $10 for a new in-box one.
That's wild.
$10, but that Steel Battalion controller it still sells for about $200, and I think it's just like something original Xbox collectors want. It's so big and so crazy.
Just never took off.
No, it's like Wii Fit. The Wii Fit board was so popularized, but nobody wants them now. Like I've always said, those are going to be around after like the world ends.
100%.
Like the world just going to go up in flames, and there's still going to be Wii Fit boards standing. Like they're going to outlive the cockroaches.
100%, bro.
Which accessory did you use the most in your life, you think?
In my life, I probably used the guitar from Guitar Hero.
Same.
Guitar from Guitar Hero for sure.
Did you ever play any Rock Band? Were you any of the other instruments?
Oh yeah, for sure played Rock Band as well, but maybe a little bit of drum, but the guitar was always my shit, bro.
You wouldn't rock out on the mic at all?
No, I'm not that great a singer, I'll be honest. Pretty dog shit at singing. Are you a good singer? I feel like that could be like a koozie hidden talent.
No, I just kind of get drunk at the bar and think I can do karaoke and I sing Country Roads or something like that.
Sounds about right. Do you have any hidden talents though, Koozie?
Hidden talents?
Yeah, that like we would be shocked to hear about.
I don't think so. Like you guys know I can play the saxophone.
That's true.
I can't snowboard.
Fucking clearly.
Physical therapy started on Monday.
Homie, for those that don't know, just a reminder, homie broke his collarbone first day.
No, dislocated my shoulder.
Dislocated his shoulder, tore his labrum. Is that correct?
Dislocated my shoulder and tore my labrum. First time ever snowboarding. Rocked the kiddie hill. Decided to go on the actual mountain. Fell 5 feet. Popped out.
There you go.
Turned into a very expensive snowboarding weekend.
Oh yes, nice, dude.
What do you got for us last today?
Coming up last, we will finish it
real quick. I want to cut you off. I've forgotten the last 2 podcasts. We started a text platform. It is called Remind 101, and it is mainly for schools, but we decided to use it for ourselves. So if you text at Kuzi OG. That's at COUSIOG to 81010. You'll be signed up for a text platform. Pretty sure it does ask you for your date of birth, and if you're a student, parent, or teacher when you sign up, you do not need to answer those. If you do, just make something up. But we're going to remind you when we have claim sales, which is coming tonight. The day we're recording is Thursdays at 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/OG Retro, and when the podcast drops. So never miss a beat. Please continue.
Thank you for that reminder. All right. To round it out for today, we're talking about now, like the theory or the thought mindset, if you will, of narrowing down your like what you collect versus and like focusing on something, setting goals on some certain things versus taking a more like collect everything approach, or like shotgun approach of collecting, I like to call it, where you're just like, I'm gonna get everything no matter what. Like
if I don't have it, I'm keeping it.
Exactly, like that. And so like I'll talk about it first, I guess. Like I used to totally be the person to be like a quote unquote shotgun style collector, where like I was, if I didn't have it and I was collecting it and I was like somewhat interested in it, I'd probably keep it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah,
like any cool Genesis game, even, and I don't even like play Genesis, or any cool like GameCube game, even if it's a GameCube game I don't like or something.
So is a shotgun collector different from a collectionist who is trying to go for full libraries of each system?
No, because that, like, it sounds like there's a focus there, even if it's a broad focus, you know? Like, that's still a goal. I guess, like, my point is, like, I used to be I collected for a lot of different things, and I just collected a lot in the terms of, like, the video game space.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, Pokemon cards and that kind of thing. But recently I feel like I've like started selling off a bit of the stuff that isn't exactly what I want to focus on. Like I've shifted my focuses from just collecting kind of everything and just collecting what's cool to like really collecting like number one, stuff I always wanted when I was a kid, that like in like the best condition. So like, for instance, today I just picked up a complete unboxed near mint, it's the second gen, so the second gen Pokemon Game Boy Color. So it's the gold one with the second gen Pokemon all over the box art. It's fucking sick. And like I've wanted that for so long, and I think being able to get that is only because I've like for those who don't know, it's a rather expensive item. So the only way to get that, you know, is narrowing down the collection and like being able to pick and choose what you want really, and just and I think it makes your collection kind of like mean more when it's like quantity or quality over quantity almost.
Yeah.
At least to you. I'm not saying like a huge collection does it or it isn't impressive to any, like isn't just impressive in general, but like to me, at least, in like myself, it means the most to me that I have like these like key items, right, that I've like thought about for a while, or like, so like I said, I want to get things that I wanted as a kid. So like the legendary collection that I invested in, that's something I wanted from a kid. Like I wanted those cards so bad. So it's just that kind of thing. And then also in regards to like a more specific goal, it's collecting like second gen Pokemon. Anything related to second gen Pokemon is like right up my alley. So
now, do you think a big thing with this whole mindset change is I kind of know how your setup is at your apartment, kind of how you do everything in one room. Do you think a big thing that kind of drove you to change is space?
It's a good point, but not really, because I think I mean, I still store plenty of like other stuff. Like I still have so much inventory, you know? So I don't think like space really is like that much a concern. but I think a little bit, yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having like more really dope or I like more cooler items over like many like less
Exactly.
cool
It's
items.
straight quality over quantity.
Exactly. Like if you look at every piece of, like every single item in my collection in my is like holy shit, holy
And
shit,
that's
holy shit.
and I'm in the mindset of kind of how you were before, I think.
Hmm.
So I have a few focuses in my collection, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
I'm going for the full N64 set, and I'm going
yeah,
for the full Wii U set. Now, I don't have a specific reason, I guess, why I chose those two systems, other than the fact that they're smaller of the libraries and they're actually feasible.
right.
Um, but I'm definitely quality over quantity. Like I don't play Genesis or Dreamcast, but if I get a $40 Dreamcast game, it's going on my shelf.
Okay,
Like,
that's
and
cool.
it's just so I basically collect anything that has value, even if I don't play the system. But I'm not going to keep like 2K5 on the Dreamcast
But I'd
just
say that
because.
still is like more of a shotgun approach to collecting, which is
I
fine.
would
Like,
agree. I would
yeah,
agree.
it's totally very cool. Like, and that's what I wanted to say before. It's like totally still a very impressive way to collect, and I think, yeah,
So the,
both are very valid.
and I
It's
think
just me
space is a thing for me too because I store my
yeah,
collection basically on two bookshelves, and I've started to actually recently have to put stuff in a large tote, which
right.
sucks. But I hope when I buy a house later this year that I'm gonna have more of a game dedicated game space and be able to display the stuff nicely. The one thing I'm struggling with right now, and I've thought about for a while, is we know Nintendo is so versatile in their system colors and system variants
Right.
that it's like, do I, if I get like an atomic purple Game Boy Color and a berry Game Boy Color, both in box or even both loose, do I keep both?
Well, I think that that's where it comes down to like that's how do you collect? Like some people are going for the full Game Boy Color set. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so if so, it just depends on that, and that's like the beautiful part of it. Because I was looking through some of my collection today. I now have like four complete in box Game Boy Colors, be it
Mm-hmm.
limited editions, maybe five or six, I don't know. But the it's like, why do I have all those? I think about that, and I if I can answer that pretty quickly, I'm like, okay, for me, because the Game Boy Color is literally the first handheld I ever had. And so there's two of them that I had when I was a kid, an atomic purple and a great purple. I have both those CIB. And then I got two that I wanted when I was a kid.
Yeah.
The limited edition Pokemon ones, the yellow one and the gold one, both those CIB. And so it's like there I think as a collector, for me, I have to have a good reason for it.
Those ones I can see. Like if I got some limited edition stuff, or if I start getting like the fantastic N64s in boxes, especially because I'm going for the N64 set, I would keep those. I guess
100%.
too, like
Me too.
it sucks now like having to put them in storage, but I
Yeah.
think once I get like a game room, and if you had like the whole like four different colors of the DS or something like that all complete kind of like faced out, I think that would look so sweet on
Yeah,
a
it would be sick.
shelf. And if i'm
100%.
picking if I'm picking them up for like 5-10 bucks at a garage sale, it's like, why not keep them?
Yeah. And I forget what the Instagram is, and maybe we can put it in the description of the podcast, but and I showed it to my girlfriend the other day and she thought it was incredible. It's like museum quality storage and displays for graded Pokemon cards, or graded cards, like it could be sports cards too.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's like furniture, but like the most high end, beautiful fucking, like, I'm get it. I need it.
I've seen stuff like it.
Yeah.
Like you put your cards in it.
Oh my god, yeah. I can have my whole legendary collection in a centerpiece on a coffee table, or like a huge, it would just be insane. Like there's
That's
so many
insane.
different options. So one day I definitely want to have displays like that.
Let us know how you collect. Shoot us a DM or leave a comment here while you're liking and subscribing, and let us
Exactly.
know kind of how you collect. Are you the I want one of everything? I'm more of a narrow headed collector. I only collect a certain genre of games. I mean, there's no wrong way to collect at all.
Exactly. And then I tried to preface that before, but exactly. That's the thing. No wrong way to collect. I just realized a shift in my style. Just so, and I guess I'll talk about quickly the reason why I think I did that. Mostly was because from an economic standpoint, I could get the things I wanted most and that mean the most and are most impressive, I think, to not only me, but I think as a collector, it's really cool to see some of the crazy grails, quote unquote grails that I have.
Definitely.
Like this legendary collection Charizard I'm looking at. Like if I
But I'm
can
also
hop on that, like, I don't know.
I'm
But
also the type of collector who doesn't buy stuff. Like if I saw
right,
that like Game Boy Color for that price today, it's like even if I wanted, I wouldn't have bought it. I'm the
right.
type of dude to find it at a garage sale and wait it out. So that's how I collect. Like
And that's
95% of my
right.
collection has came from local lots or garage sales. And I mean, that's
Yeah,
just how I collect.
right. And that is how I collected when I was a quote unquote shotgun collector. But
Yeah.
now I probably just say I sell those lots that I get usually,
So
and
I
that
mean, there's no,
money
yeah,
I
you use the
get and put
profit
it
from
into
there
my
too.
collection. Yeah,
Exactly. That's it. Make your collections free, guys. Buy lots, sell what you don't need, keep what you want. Or just tune
exactly.
into our claim sales where you get great deals
The most
and
ridiculous deals.
buy stuff from us. Keep the economic situation of Kuzi and OG afloat.
Exactly. Did we
But
have a viewer
moving,
question for the
we
week?
do have a viewer question. Moving into the question of the week. If you guys want to be a part of the question of the week, give us a follow on Instagram at Cards and Cartridges Podcast. Usually on Wednesdays, we put on our story, we're asking for a viewer question of the week. This week's question comes from Player One Restoration. And he asks us, Kuzi and OG, what are some rookie shipping mistakes you made when just starting out that are goofy that now that you know otherwise?
I'm a bro.
Can I just say
So
the number
yeah,
one?
yeah,
Do not buy your postage at the post office.
yeah. That's huge.
Number one, print all your labels
All
from
your labels at home.
paypal.com/ship now or pirateship.com. You will save.
Using PayPal is a mistake in itself.
Use Pirate Ship. Two reasons. Use Pirate Ship because you can connect your credit card and get cash back on your credit card. And two, it saves addresses and autofills
Exactly.
addresses.
It's so much smarter and more intelligent than PayPal. I don't know what kind of dinosaur-like system PayPal is using that they think they can compete in with that. It's just so bad. If you use PayPal to ship, don't use PayPal to ship.
No.
Pirateship.com.
Amazing.
Use pirateship.com. It's so much better.
You will save 20 to 30% per label. And maybe on a first class label, that's only 60 cents. But I know personally, I've shipped out close to 1,500 packages since last April. 60 cents times 1,500 is a lot of savings.
That's true. Kuzi, good point. So that's a huge one. I think some other things are shipping everything in boxes. You don't have to ship everything in boxes. If it's cardboard, ship that shit in a box.
Yes.
But there's something that exists called box in a bag. And if you can fit a box in a bag, and Kuzi and I have tested some things, it only matters if it's going distance. If it's going to distance, you should use box in a bag because you'll save a lot on shipping.
Yep. And look at Pirate Ship about that. YouTube, box in a bag, Pirate Ship, and learn about it. The biggest thing about shipping is taking your item, making it the most protected as you can in the smallest container to get it to its location.
Basic physics.
And weight and dimensions equals more you're gonna pay. And don't be afraid to like throw an extra piece of bubble wrap in there or whatever, because like you can't trust the USPS. You write fragile on there and they see that as kick me through the back door. So overpack, but make it the most secure you can in the smallest package that you can.
Exactly. That's
another thing with Pirate Ship is if you printing your labels at home, you don't have to wait in line at the post office then. I know every time I walk into my post office, there's a line 15 deep, and I don't want to stand there. So you can drop it in one of those blue bins around town. You can drop it in the silver chute. You can even set it on the open counter next to the lady who's checking in packages. Give her a little nod, and she knows what to do.
At my post office, I can just go in with, I'll bring in 30 packages and just set them all on the counter, and it's good to go.
Exactly.
It's fucking amazing. People look at me with the weirdest of looks, just like, this kid sucks.
Yeah.
There's a line out the door. I cut the whole line essentially, and I drop all my packages off, and they just look at me like he sucks.
One more quick shipping tip is, if you're going to be looking into shipping, buy in bulk. Stop going to Walmart and buying your bubble mailers. You're wasting money. I can get if you need a bubble mailer link, DM me. They're changing a lot and kind of prices change daily. But I've just recently ordered from eBay and I got 250 bubble mailers for $40.
Ooh, that's a good price. I'm gonna need that link.
And there's 6x5. If you're buying bubble mailers for disc-based games like PS2 style games, make sure you get 6x5 by like 9 or 6x5 by 10. You may see a lot of 6x10s or 6x9s. Get the 6.5. That extra half inch makes it so the DVD style can fit.
Smart, good tip. Yeah, I hate when I get like bubble mailers that are just too small to fit. There's stuff that you can't like fit more than one in. That's kind of annoying.
The ones I have, you can fit 2 in.
Nice. All right.
And reuse. I could talk about shipping all day.
No, that's exactly reuse shipping.
I started. I'm going live on Twitch. I'm going live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Kuzi7 every Tuesday evening to give you guys reselling, collecting, shipping, and eBay Q&A. So feel free to come hang out with me Tuesday evenings for just Q&A and learn some stuff. But yeah, reuse shipping materials. That Amazon mailer that you got in the mail today, reuse
it's a bubble mailer.
Post office does not care.
No.
Just rip off the old shipping label or cover over it or Sharpie it out.
True.
Ryan, any final thoughts today?
Any final thoughts? I think that's it, man. We had some good discussions. Sad that Reggie's no longer part of GameStop. I'm doing a better job in narrowing down what I collect. You're still on that shotgun approach, and it's okay. That's what collecting's about. Unusual video game accessories. Be on the lookout for the Game Boy Color sewing machine and that crazy what did you talk about?
The Max rifle.
And we're gonna be breaking Allen and Ginter?
Allen and Ginter,
non-sports trading card game. I want to get a Jay-Z autograph card, but that's really all I have for today.
Sidney Crosby, you're a dick.
True, Sidney Crosby ass. Thank you for tuning in to episode 7 of the Cars and Cartridges podcast. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you give us a follow, leave a like, subscribe. Check us out on Instagram at OG Retro and at Kuzi Retro Games. Have a great rest of your Monday, guys, and be sure to come back for the live claim sale this week at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OG Retro. Guys, peace out.
See ya.